This is Mrs. Slater, and in lesson 7.9, they show a lot of shortcuts with complex numbers. So I first want to show multiplication. So a lot of it's kind of review, but just reminders of what you can do to make it a little easier. So anyway, on this one, we're going to multiply the coefficients together to get 12i squared. And then we remember from the I clock that I squared is a negative 1. So then your final answer is negative 12. On this one, make sure that you multiply them both. There are two of them, so 7 times 7 is 49. And you have I squared again, which is negative 1, which gives you a negative 49. On this one, go ahead and push pause and try it. So you should have multiplied 5 times 6 together, and then I squared ends up with a negative 30. Okay, let's do the conjugates. All the conjugates, if you remember, will always be difference to two squares. So the inside and outsides will cancel out. 5 times 5 is 25. Outsides, insides, you get negative 35 and positive 35i, gone. Negative 49i squared, which then I squared is negative 1, which makes that a positive 49, for a final answer of 74. Okay, go ahead and push pause and do number 5. So hopefully you have a squared, outside, insides cancel out, last is a negative b squared, I squared. Okay, negative 1. Negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, push pause and do the next one. Okay, so when you have a conjugate, multiply, outside, insides cancel, and last is negative 9i squared. So I squared, negative 1, negative 36 plus 9 instead, and you get 45. So all of those things are necessary when you are going to divide and use and find the reciprocal of each. Okay, the first one, 2 are the division, and then that's going to be the reciprocal one. Okay, if I'm going to multiply by the conjugate, that's going to help me find an answer that does not have an imaginary number on the bottom. We do not want that to be at the bottom, just similarly to the radicals. We don't want a radical on the bottom, and we don't want an I in the denominator. Okay, so we have to FOIL the top, which is 6. Outside is plus 18i. Inside is 2i plus 6i squared. All over. First, outside insides, again this is the conjugate, so outside insides are going to cancel, leaving me with 9i squared. Alright, let's clean it up a little bit. It'll be 6, this right here is 20i, and then negative, I squared is negative, and look at that, those cancel out now as well. 1, I squared is negative, so that's 1 plus 9. So we have 20i over 10. And if you reduce that, you get 2i. So this blue reduces to 2i. Always simplify as much as possible. Cannot leave imaginary numbers in the bottom. All right, I want you to go ahead and work on that particular problem and see if you can get the right answer, which is negative 11i plus 10 all over 17. And we will check that in class, so make sure it's done before you get there. Number 9, we're going to find the reciprocal of 3 plus 4i. And if you remember, 3 plus 4i, our reciprocals are just when you flip it. So it would be 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 4i. And then let's use the conjugate to break it down. And anything times 1 is itself, so I don't have to do anything in the numerator. And then FOIL the bottom, which would give us 9. Outside and insides cancel out, negative 16i squared. So what ends up being left is 9 plus 16 on the bottom, leaving you with 3 minus 4i all over 25. Now it does say leave in this form, a plus bi, and it's not in that form right now. So what that means is the 25 can go underneath each one of them in the problem. And even better yet, let's write this last one, 4/25 I. because now you know what A is, and then you know what B is the negative 4 over 25. Okay, and that concludes the lesson for today.